When you get a grinder, make sure you have a guard on it. In order to put a guard on it, you need to take the disc off. Lock the pin down using the button on the top. Unscrew the nut with a spanner wrench. Put the grinder guard back on, lining up with the marks that allow it to fully slip down, and then spin it 180 degrees so it protects your hand. Let's put the grinder disc on. When you put the nut on, make sure the side that has a bump sticking out of it faces the grinder disc. Pick up your piece, find all the sharp edges. When you cut on the shear, normally there's a burr that can cut your hand severely. Most of our shop cuts happen because of these burrs. Plug in your grinder. Secure your metal down to the table. Take the grinder, there's a safety switch on the paddle. Push that safety switch down, squeeze the paddle trigger, and hold on with both hands. Start grinding away gently. If you want to use the grinder to cut, we need to take off the grinding disc. Lock the spindle down, use the spanner to loosen the nut, take off your cutting disc. Put your washer back on if it's not there. When you put the cutting disc on, it's thinner than the grinding disc, so the bump now needs to face up instead of down. Lock the nut down with your spanner. Make sure the spindle is pushed in with the black button. Once it is secured in place and your metal is secured, you can begin to cut. Use short, controlled strokes with both hands. Be careful, these discs are fragile and can explode. We can also put other discs on, such as polishing discs. Push the button in to lock the spindle down. Use the spanner wrench to take off the cutting disc or grinding disc you have. Pick up your sanding pad, your polishing disc, flap disc, put it on. These ones are usually thin as well, so you want to make sure the bump faces up when you put the nut on the grinder. Once your metal is secured in place, you can pull the safety tab and paddle in and start making smooth, even strokes to get the desired finish you're looking for.